Hi, this is Dorothy Kelty from Raccoonelli Creations on YouTube, and Lori Padilla and I have been doing a challenge together this year in 2026. So each month we're taking an old postcard and decorating sometime. We have prompts, and so as you can see for May, the prompt is to use postage stamps. Now, I have a pile of stamps here, and I have 3 cards I was kind of looking at. These are blank on the other side. This is the Vail in Colorado here. So again, these have not been used. And then I have this one. Now this postcard is from 1921. And we have the address and stuff here. It's a doctor, and I have a few of these with different things. But this is something she's sending out to talking to people about obesity. Kind of interesting from 1921, but I'm going to cover this side up. So I've got some vintage papers here. Now these don't go back to 1921, but they're older papers, and you can see they're kind of falling apart, but I like that just fine. I have a map because I was looking for some contrast to use on the background on here. And I also have some ledger pages. This one is nice. Not sure about the date on this one either. March 5th, 28. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. That's really old. This is 1974. This one is not sure about the year. This one is 1953. So different colors to use with this. So first of all, I'm just going to take and just kind of lay some of these out and see what they look like. Now this one, which has the green, looks kind of cool with this green ledger paper. So this is a prescription here. Here we have this one and the map. And I think I'm going to leave the map. I'm going to go with this ledger paper, greenish ledger paper. And I'm just going to take something from the bottom of it. So I think I'm going to take it from this corner down here. So the way I'm going to do this, this is my first project of the day. So let me just make sure that my glue is open today. Okay. What I'm going to do is, both sides are equally interesting. Okay, whoops. Still doesn't want to come out. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try this again. This is a smaller postcard. I think it's 3.5 by 5 or 3 by 5, something like that. Okay, and so I'm just going to tuck it in right down here. I just don't want to cover up this date. Now I could work around it and doing it, but since I don't like the other side, particularly it's just typing, I think this will be a nice way to do this. Okay, so now we have, if we put a piece of this on, you know, it kind of becomes, how much do I really want? Okay, and then I have these pile of stamps here. So this is a cool light green train. We have some people. So right now I'm looking for ones that maybe have a little bit of green on them. This is a USA stamp. I kind of like that too. this one even has a little bit of green, and it also has some nice contrast. So let me see what I have here. Let's see. I'm just going to take this and tear it off here and put it like that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this and go to the bottom. It's already tearing, so I'm just going to make use of that tear. All these holes and stuff, I think, just kind of add interest. Now, if I make this my primary thing and then I want to use some of these other stamps just for contrast on it, how do I like that? Maybe down just a little bit. Maybe I want a little bit more contrast here. Use that one. Do I like this green better? This green is closer to the green on that stamp, so I think I'll switch it to that. Okay, let's try putting this on. Now this one, again, I'm making use of the tears that were in it to add a little bit of texture and interest to it. A lot of times I will ink the edges of things, but these vintage papers kind of have their own discoloration and aging, and I think I just like that. Whoops. Okay, and then this one, this has the edge, and I am going to add just a little bit of ink to that because I want to emphasize that edge. I don't want to take it off. I want to glue it down and emphasize it. So let's just put a tiny bit of glue underneath here. Okay, and then if we take this and put it here like this, or do we want it a little higher? It could go all the way up like this. But I like to stagger them a little bit more. I think it makes it a bit more interesting. Where the edges and the corners come together. So again, very careful with the... Now this prompt, Lori and I started doing this. We were talking about at one of the Marguerite Miller lives, we started talking about this, and that's when we decided to do this challenge. So this will be posted on the Margaret Miller sites as well as some of the Facebook groups. Let's see. So once again, how do I want this? If I stagger this here, so I have this little kind of step edge here, that makes that a little bit interesting. And then I want this to come up here, and then this to peek up behind here. So I think that's the way I want it. So I'm going to, let's just put some across the top of this real quick and get it where I want it. And then this one, whoops, put the glue on it. Now, how do I want this to be? There. want this to be lower, like that. Okay, and I'm going to keep it to 3 stamps. I could do much more stamps on it, but I think this is fine. Okay, so there we go. Do I have those straight? I have a really bad habit of not putting things straight. Okay, let me just trim this off here. Kind of fun. Okay, so there I have my postcard, and there I have some stamps on the back of it. Now, if I was going to do this, even though Veil is really beautiful, I would probably go ahead and put the stamps on this. So we have let's see, what else do we have? Some iris. See if this purple kind of goes with it. Not quite. Let's see what else we have. Not the purple. Pasta Romana. Perhaps I should have gotten out more. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put those on just like that. So, no the background that I'm using is just the mountains themselves. Let's put this here. Now I could put things behind this to add texture, but really this is just a very simple, maybe kind of busy, but still fun, little collage. Okay, so this is definitely more my favorite one because I love the vintage papers, and on this 1921 card, I just think it's so fun. Whoops, this is sticking up a little bit. Let's just add a touch of glue to that and put it down. And then this one, just 3 stamps across this. You still get to see Vale and the beautiful Rockies. And so I'm done. So thanks very much for joining me. As you can hear in my voice, my flu is getting better. My voice is coming back, so hopefully I'll be playing more online. Thank you. Dorothy Guilty, Raccoon Alley Creations. And don't forget to go to see Lori's creations at Piles of Paragraphs on YouTube.